Lindsay, who's standing by and talking paint.
Liz? Yes, we are talking paint, and you know, summer is the perfect time to spruce up and update your child's room. So the easiest, cheapest, and the most dramatic way to do it is with paint. Our decorative artist, Jeff Monsine from Splat Paint, can give us some of these wonderful techniques. And you've done some really elaborate paintings, or murals, I should say, in some children's rooms.
We have. We've had a lot of fun doing it.
And you've gone from, what, florals, which you love to do, I know.
Right, and copying from the linens that we found in the room, and then we did a full moonscape in one young boy's bedroom.
Now that is really going to make a statement to any child, even up through their, you know, preteen, teenage years.
Oh.
And, of course, my favorite is the Barbie, but then again, I'm a Barbie girl. There I was.
All right.
I should say. Okay, so let's say if we wanted to make one of those murals or one of those paintings and bring it into our room, how do we do that?
Okay, the first thing you have to do is think about the colors that you want to use in the room. And you have to figure out what your inspiration is, whether it's your child's eyes or your favorite color, or what is it that makes you happy.
So an easy way to go is just go get a big color swatch container.
Get a big paint deck and go through there and look at some colors. Probably go towards the pastels. That's easier on little babies if we're doing a little baby's room.
It is, because their eyes are just adjusting to that.
That's
big
right.
bright colors might shock them. It might be a little too severe.
That's right. You can also be inspired by perhaps the linens that you like. So you might go to the store and find like this cute little pink set here and say, you know, this is what I want to do, and then go through the colors that are in here, like perhaps this orange or a softer version of it might be the color that you would choose for your walls, or maybe a light green that was in there.
And that could be for your accent pieces, too.
Absolutely. And if you don't know what color that is, you can either take your paint deck and hold it next to your, linen, or you could take your linen into your paint store and they'll match the color for you.
And it might not be exact, but they'll get as close to it as possible, like you did with this lampshade.
Exactly.
So let's say you want to tie in this comforter to your lampshade. What are some good ways of doing that?
Okay. Well, let's say that you like the pattern that's on there, like the little mushrooms or the owls or whatever the case is. You can actually trace the pattern, put some tracing paper right on the pattern itself, and draw the pattern.
Easy, we can all do that.
Pretty easy to do. And then you can transfer that pattern onto your, your light or your wall or whatever it is.
And that's really simple to do.
It's very easy.
You can just use a paint pen like this if you wanted to do it. You don't have to get a big bucket of paint.
Right, and then you don't have to worry about getting a really big paint that's all over the place too. Small accidents.
That is true. You have another wonderful idea for drapes. We were talking about this off camera a little bit, and I like that.
Right.
With the stamps.
Okay, these are stamps, and there are all kinds of different ones that are out there, and they actually stick to this little stamp holder. So you pick an image, like a fish or whatever it is, and you just put a little bit of paint on there with a little bit of paint on there, and just stamp it on your fabric. And there's fabric paint that's out there.
And immediately you've tied it into everything else that you have.
Easy.
That is great. And finally, Jeff, when we pick a theme, it should be a theme our child will like or grow into, not necessarily something that we just love, right?
Remember, the room is for the child, not only for you.
That is true. Jeff Monsine from Splat Paint. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Great tips. We appreciate it. And hey, if you want more information, just click on Jeff's face. It's at the bottom of our homepage at daytimeonline.tv. And there's more daytime just around the corner, so please do it that.